Boom. Let me get this music going. Where we at?
Let's get ready to for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world.
Pull up the seat and pull out the shot glass. Hard nibble wrist for the podcast. Try media for the broadcast. Straight up ballin' out on they fraud ass. The coalition of bitches, they talk trash. On the mission to fit in your soft ass. Rolling green and clubbing this golf class. Loaded luds couldn't say they lost ass. The conscious community streets is all sad. Niggas be thinking they heat, they all last. Be conscious of all the sand in the hourglass. Be humble when be prepared when the power pass. Old and young niggas, we all class. Ideology different, we move the ball fast. Yeah, the chickens is out of season, we haul ass. There's a reason we undefeated, it's all fast. Pull up the seat and pull out a shot glass. Hard nigga wrist for the podcast. Try media for the broadcast. Straight up ballin' out on they fraud ass. Pull up the seat and pull out a shot glass. Hard nigga wrist for the podcast. Try media for the broadcast. Straight up ballin' out on they fraud ass.
Yes. Alright, what's up, family? Today is February 9th, Black History Month. Welcome to the Carnivorous Podcast. This is my first Discord show that I'm streaming live from the Discord. We was already in the Discord and Corey came up with a question that he wanted to ask about MLK. So I figured we'll do a quick show on it, you know what I mean? And let it go from there. We have Brass in the building. We have Concrete Corey in the building. We got Cuban Crisis in the building. We got my main man Smalls in the building. We got S Rush in the building on the panel, and Top Dollar is also joining us on the panel. So y'all can come off mute, everybody, and let's get it cracking.
Yeah, PP.
What up?
Hey, the way that the show intro music, it sounded like DQ was actually in here in the Discord. We couldn't hear I couldn't hear the music part of it really. You know what I'm saying? I could just, the voice was like really clear.
Chris.
But the music was like, yeah, like in and out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was kind of that was a little weird. That was a little weird there.
It sounded like he was in here doing ad-libs.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, damn, DQ ain't even on the panel. I'm like, is he on the panel?
I was about to say, it did sound like he was in here, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Like, oh, yo doing it, yo spitting this live? Like, yeah, okay.
Right.
Hell yeah. All right, what's going on, though, Corey? What you got for us?
So, yeah, my question was MLK, right? So, I'm looking at my man Asa Randolph, right? Or my man's A. Philip Randolph.
A. Philip
Most
Randolph.
people might know him by A. Philip Randolph, yeah. So, and you know me, I'm a working class guy. I'm always looking, at the beginnings and, you know what I'm saying, certain pillars of organized work, right? And obviously, Asa is credited with organizing the first black union, right? The porters, the sleeper porters,
Pullman porters,
the
Pullman porters.
Yeah, the Pullman porters. Yeah, they was the running the sleeper porter cars, right? They was overnighting with the, you know what I'm saying? They traveled across the country with these, but they wasn't able to be in the engineers unions and all of the conductors unions and the railroad unions and whatever, because black people wasn't allowed to be in the union, and so he was able to, when black people was able to kind of coalesce in the Pullman Porters kind of industry, because that was a service industry that they could be a part of, that white people was comfortable with them being a part of. And so like they were able to unionize that way because of, it was mostly black people. They also had the maids too. I don't think a lot of people actually talk about that part, or where the maids were actually unionized also through that effort, through A. Philip Randolph's effort or whatever. But they did a lot of action and got a lot of things done. You know what I'm saying? He was a kind of a hands-on guy, and he got a lot of things like done. You know what I'm saying? And he was anti capitalism. He used to write in the is that the Muslim thing? The Messenger, Sheffer?
Yes, it was called The Messenger.
Yeah. I mean, the Nation of Islam. I'm sorry. Nation of Islam. That's the. He used to write about, a lot of anti-capitalist, pro-socialist rhetoric, I guess you would say, in that paper or whatever. Um, and so he kind of also saw kind of eye to eye with Malcolm X and or whatever. And and so as I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at like kind of the political atmosphere at this time,
Man,
right?
he's one of the
And,
goats, man. It's
oh
crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy that people like, I always mention people like Thurgood Marshall, right?
Mhm.
And A. Philip Randolph. Like, there wouldn't have been no civil rights movement without these two figures.
Absolutely.
You feel me? Like, it's
Now you see
almost,
where I'm going.
yeah, it's almost disgusting. You feel me? Like,
Hmm.
you know what I
Hmm.
mean? It's almost disgusting that the civil rights
Hmm.
movement is not couched between five people.
Hmm.
The fact that it's only couched between one person, you know what I mean, for the most part, is
Right.
teaching history the wrong way. Like, we won't even have a good grasp of the civil rights movement if we just study it through the lens of Dr. Martin Luther King. If you don't study
Hmm.
A. Philip Randolph and the labor union and fair wages and all of that, right? Was
Hmm.
and if
Hmm.
then if you don't study Thurgood Marshall and the legal battles, right? They both, A. Philip Randolph fought Jim Crow in the workplace, right? He fought
Hmm.
Jim Crow
Absolutely.
in the workplace, right?
Before civil rights,
Before
before we
some,
got our civil rights.
exactly, he was
Yes.
already
Hmm.
fighting that, right, and winning, right.
Hmm.
He was not,
Hmm.
he was knocking that shit
Absolutely.
down, right. And then Thurgood Marshall
Absolutely.
was fighting the legal battle. Dr. King fought
Hmm.
the social battle. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
that's three different components. But go ahead, my bad. Go ahead, do your thing.
I like how you couched that though. Like that was a good dynamic at the end. I didn't. It's kind of it kind of sheds another beam of light through the prism, right? I guess you would say, right? Um, how you said Dr. King did the social work, right? And then everybody kind of had their equal parts, right? But see, like the way I was looking at it, right, Sheffrin, is or the question. I'm questioning now. Don't I'm not I'm not pointing no fingers and making no accusations here. Now I'm just asking questions, and it's just raising it's got my Spidey. It's got I got my tinfoil hat on a little bit here. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all the way on. It's like halfway cocked to the side. My tinfoil hat a little bit, right? But but so and I'm looking at even the Thurgood Marshalls and all of that. But again, and I'm looking at to reiterate a bit to get back where I was at. Um, I'm looking at how this guy was actually getting things actually done. Again, like you said, even before the civil rights,
Man,
even
in the
before we had
30s and the
civil rights.
40s. He was already
Mm-hmm.
cracking in the 30s and the 40s. You feel me?
Absolutely. Yes. And so what I'm saying is it's looking like to me, um, seeing how looking at it from my 2026 eye and kind of having a bit of history where you can kind of look back and see how some of these things wind up and how they got there and everything. So um it seems like Martin Luther King was placed in place um, by, I guess, I would say maybe the presidential cabinet. I'm not saying this is some government conspiracy or nothing like that. I'm saying this is a political move from the cabinet. You know what I'm saying. From the advisors of JFK and them, right? So what I'm saying is they put him there so that he's like the middle ground. Martin Luther King was the middle ground of where Thurgood Marshall was at. So basically, because I mean, not Thurgood Marshall, I'm sorry, Philip Randolph, right? He was like the middle ground of that, right? Because he was finna make a more of a powerful, more radical move.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he, I think Martin Luther King was a more centrist type of guy. The way I'm looking at it, if we want to look at it from a today's lens
Mm-hmm.
and kind of have a comparison. I'm not saying this is a one-to-one, but Martin Luther King would have been that Obama or Kamala Harris type, centrist Democrat, whereas A. Philip Randolph had a more Bernie Sanders's type of attitude, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Or even more radical than Bernie Sanders. I would even say that today A. Philip Randolph would be a lot more radical than even a Bernie Sanders, right? So I think it looks like from the outside looking in and me being the conspiracy theorist, right? Um, it looks like that Martin Luther King was kind of like, yeah, let's get him in there to kind of temper that. You know what I'm saying? To get that way will compromise in the middle. I don't think Martin Luther King would have had as much friction, I guess, if A. Philip Randolph didn't endorse where he was going. I think it took A. Philip Randolph to kind of endorse where the direction that Dr. King was going in. And he also was able to kind of temper Malcolm X down a little bit too. Dr. King was able to get A. Philip Randolph to kind of say, yeah, let's go this way a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And kind of compromise, because I think in the end, and I think we could all agree, they all kind of came to an agreement or a kind of a compromise type of deal. You know what I'm saying, on where they wanted to head, and I think Martin Luther King ended up drawing, the bigger portion of the compromise. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna stop there and let's hear from you, Chef. What do you think about what I'm putting down here?
Um. Well, I can see what you're saying.
Mhm.
But Martin Luther King was looked at as an extremist also, right? So the fact that Martin Luther King was looked at it as an extremist by America, it just shows you how crazy the country was at that time. Because now looking
Mhm.
back, we don't look at Martin Luther King as an extremist, right? We look at him as the one who compromised the most, right? But
Mhm.
white people seeing him as an extremist, right? Um, the things that Dr. Martin Luther King pushed for was extreme in the South. Think about that. They was extreme. Yo,
I think they were just accusing him of that. I think they were accusing him of being a Philip Randolph, but he really wasn't that.
no, it's
You
level
know what
is
I'm
is
saying?
is levels to it, right? So if
Right.
Martin Luther King comes into town and say, "Yo, that bus system, yeah, shut all that down. All of them black laws, you know what I mean, and all of them regulations and rules against blacks, yeah, cut that out, or we gonna quit patronizing the bus company." Right? That's an
Right.
extreme. That's giving
Mhm.
white people no compromise in this. That's no compromise. These lunch counters and everywhere where black people come out of these colleges and these schools and they want something to eat, they get off on their lunch break, they can't eat in these places. Yeah, desegregate that now. You feel me? That's un-American. White people at that time, and I understand what you're saying, but they looked at that as an extreme position. Meaning, what about compromising? How about from we let the blacks come in and eat from 9 to 11, and then they gotta go about their business, but we don't want to mix. You know what I mean? But he wasn't with none of that compromising. You dig what I'm saying? None of how about we make some of the seats on the left for blacks and some of the seats on the whites, but bro, none of that. So they seen that as an extreme. Now, was he more did he get more done than Randolph? I would say Randolph did more when the spotlight wasn't on civil rights. Does that make sense? When
Mhm.
when when the
Yeah.
nation
Yeah.
wasn't looking at black people or even compromise or even contemplating giving blacks civil rights,
Hmm.
he was already getting this shit done. You dig what I'm saying? Like,
Right. Right. Yeah.
matter of fact, and so I get upset when people where how even if you Google it, right? They'll talk about Gandhi as being uh, a motivating, inspirational factor for Dr. King. You dig what I'm saying? When
Yeah. That's
A.
wild.
Philip
Yeah.
Randolph was doing
Yeah.
that shit decades before Dr. King nonviolent movements. You dig what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
he had the nonviolent movement here in the United States decades before Dr. King. But y'all will run all the way over to India and say Dr. King, and they don't even mention A. Philip Randolph. It's disgusting. So everything that Dr. King is credited with, I would say the forerunner to Dr. King was A. Philip Randolph, and it's arguable he did it at a time where the spotlight. What me and I'm about to stop right here because I want Brass and Cuban in there to get in. But just think about it. This was at a time during World War II where the country wasn't even focused on black people, right? Their focus wasn't even domestic. Their focus was, you know, getting into this world war. And this motherfucking A. Philip Randolph was showing, yo, y'all gonna need this black worker. If y'all gonna take on motherfucking Germany, oh, y'all gonna need this black worker. So you got to treat him, you know what I mean, with some motherfucking respect. He need equal pay. He need better work hours. You feel me? If if this product and everything is going to be moving across this country on these trains, who the fuck moves shit on these trains? It's the black men. You feel me, nigga? We need everything. All of the coal that went into the factories, the steel, all of that shit that created our war machine was moved across the country by our motherfucking railway. And black people
The
was
soldiers.
the soldiers, everybody, and black people was instrumental in that. And in closing, not only that, I got sidetracked, but even in working in the federal jobs, right? I think he did something with if somebody can look it up, I think A. Philip Randolph removed segregation in the federal workplace during World War II.
Yeah. That was just the start. The Pullman's cars was just the start of it. He went on the road and started to organize, nationwide.
He was even fucking with the federal
Yeah.
workers, right? Then even the March on Washington.
He
Go ahead.
organized that. He
executive
was the
Yeah.
order. Are you
organizer
talking
of
about
the
that
March on
executive
Washington.
order? Talking about that executive order 8802 thing
I
he
don't
did with
I don't know what it
Roosevelt?
is. What was it? Tell me what it was.
Yeah, that was it. Yep.
That was it. Executive
He
order 88.
create he created the
Executive order.
FEPC,
Okay.
the Federal Employment Practices Committee.
Man.
That's why Roosevelt didn't like him. It's part of the reason why he had to move to the back.
He threatened.
Because he literally he disrupted in the middle of the wartime. He disrupted the production. He didn't care. They kept telling him
threatened
they
us.
kept telling him that they need him for wartime production. And his famous statement was, "I don't care."
Yeah.
He didn't care. He
That's
said,
how you gotta be.
people that
That's
go.
how you
He
gotta
told
be.
him, yeah, he told
You talking about a
Roosevelt,
march on Washington? Oh, my bad.
you're fighting fascism across the water while not dealing with it here.
Bad
Yeah, he was
motherfucker.
different.
They fought for 12 years. So his original Pullman's Porter's car, that took them 12 years before they was able to even go sit down and start negotiations. Y'all understand that? You know what I'm saying? So this is what the wanting shit done tomorrow, the being able to come up with an idea and then saying, oh, if we implement this today, is it gonna work tomorrow? No. They went 12 years with missing you know what I'm saying? They was missing wages and everything, bro. Half them guys, half of those guys didn't even work in a trade, bro. You understand? Because they was on strike. So by the time they got their union up and running, it was time for them to retire.
God damn. Now that's
You
putting
know
in
what I'm
work.
saying?
That's putting in
That's
work.
putting in work.
He
Yeah.
didn't get
That's
he didn't get a
dedication.
lot of his shine because he was before TV though too. So it wasn't just disrespect. I mean, he was one of. Remember how we was talking the other day, Chef, about it's the person that's quiet, just shows up to work every day, the politician. Nobody looks at that guy, but that's the guy that actually moves the mountains, that moves the policy way more effective than the loud person that's always on TV. A. Philip Randolph was before TV. He put together the March on Washington. King just spoke. So
he was an organizer. Yeah.
Right. So, and the thing is, and this goes to Corey's point, he fought for labor before they switched labor into calling somebody a socialist. He fought for the unions before they made the narrative dangerous. So if you really want to add the saddest part of A. Philip Randolph and how I remember him, A. Philip Randolph is the one that kept saying with the civil rights, we have to have economic justice. But they got rid of it because they were basically, and that's kind of why I had that mark when I was talking to Cuban. The United States was labeling A. Philip Randolph and Martin Luther King like how you would look at a Castro. So they kept saying that his economic justice was the equivalent to socialism. So they skipped the economic justice and just went with Martin Luther King's dream. And then once we got the dream, we wouldn't have got the 64 or 65 without A. Philip Randolph. And then after we got it, Martin Luther King realized we never got the economic justice. But that's because they had to move away. Because remember, once again, A. Philip Randolph pissed off FDR in the first place. Presidents were terrified of A. Philip Randolph because he actually had the power to move Black people around this country, tell them to sit down, and they listen. He could shut down the United States of America. That's terrifying. They're cool with the dream and the preacher and the dogs and the hoses, not with somebody that could actually do that Martin Luther King thing with the hand. I mean, the Malcolm X thing with the thing in the air and just make everybody move. So yeah, he was very powerful.
Damn. It's crazy, right? So let's run down some of his accolades. I think I'm gonna pull something up. All right, so and that's dope. So we supposed to been talking about Dr. King. You threw us a curveball.
No, well, it was a question about Dr. King, right? It wasn't. It was, you know what I mean. I just had that question, like, do you think he was purposely placed to dampen the blow? You know what I'm saying? That A. Philip Randolph was about to give to the United States. Like he was finna organize something a lot more radical and a lot bigger, and it was a lot more kind of targeted. You know what I'm saying? I think what Martin Luther King did was kind of a blanket thing. You know what I'm saying? But A. Philip Randolph was sending targeted missiles. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where.
So what about the Civil
It
Rights
seems like
Acts?
we got sidetracked and even Brad. Go ahead. What'd you say?
So now I think both were needed. I don't think you can. I don't, because I agree with everything that A. Philip Randolph did and what he was trying to do, but for the larger Black community as a whole, I think the civil rights will ultimately be the greater victory. It would have to be, right? Yeah, because what would substantiate all of these gains that Philip Randolph was getting if the civil rights bills wasn't passed? You understand what I'm saying? Like nothing would have guaranteed those gains that he got if it wasn't for the civil. So those gains that he got, they was great at that time, but they wasn't as firm without the civil rights legislation, right? Because
Codified
exactly. So you need both. You feel me? Like, and that's why he got behind Dr. King, though. You feel me? Because he knew the only way I can solidify these gains is with civil rights. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how I see it.
But I think the civil rights. But if you look at Martin Luther King, another thing is A. Philip Randolph lived a very long time, so he didn't get sad to say, he didn't get the assassination to somehow make his death more powerful,
right?
In a way. But in the
you think that's what it is too, though? I didn't think about that. That's a good point, bro.
Yeah, those stories. Yeah, you got to die young. You got to die by a bullet. You know that. So we got something to kind of make. If you live a long life and take care of your kid and all that. You know, there was no COINTELPRO.
Kind of die out, ripple out silently, like, you know what I mean, kind of fizzle out, and everybody forgets, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Martin Luther King.
Where the hell is Logic and Mujasi? They would have loved this conversation.
Yeah, Logic getting ready to. We could pick it up also tomorrow. Logic got something you got to do for tomorrow. But the also remember, King, right before his death, he moved right to where A. Philip Randolph was. He moved right there. He moved right to economics. He moved right to economic justice because, yes, you're right. It wouldn't have been locked in, but A. Philip Randolph's victory was more actual power. The civil rights was more of a moral, obligatory kind of power. And Martin Luther King, as soon as he got it, realized, all right, let's go lock in the economic justice. When in actuality, Chef, if we being honest, if there was a way to get the economic justice first and then lock in the civil rights to codify that economic justice to make the federal, similar to how he did with the Porters, then I think that actually would have been a better turn of events than what we got. Because what we got was the moral obligation, but then we didn't get the follow through on the economic justice after. So maybe getting it first would have helped, and then locked it in. And that, but like I said, that's why the presidents was the people of power.
Was that on purpose though, Brian?
Of A. Philip Randolph, huh?
Is you gonna join me with my tinfoil hat? Was that on purpose?
Yes, most certainly on purpose. They were terrified of him. Bro, anybody that can get the United States to shut down wartime distribution in the name of wages and unions, and people actually do it, and then they have to buckle to it, and they got to start changing rules in the federal government, that's a person that's actually moving things around. The civil rights move things around, don't get me wrong, but there's a reason why Martin Luther King went for the economic justice immediately after. And it's also, if you remember, Corey, it got to be on purpose because that's when he got assassinated. As soon as he started talking about fair wages, unions, economic justice, not black, but just for the poor people, is the poor people. As soon as he wanted the United States to address the poor people and the unions and the wages, he had to go.
And that's another thing too, though. Like, I think they be with more so like these individual movements, like the government. It seems like they'll give like a individual group, like, yo, we fucked over y'all here individually. I mean, here, this is what we can do. You know what I'm saying? They willing to negotiate that. But like as a poor people, when you start talking about, that's when they start killing people. That's when they start shooting and killing you. When you start talking about fairness for the people, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's another avenue we might, because they start killing the Black Panthers. You know what I'm saying? And they was more so talking about the people. But I don't want to, switch this conversation to the Black Panthers, and then let's stick to Martin Luther King.
Actual power is always more, sad to say, they looked at the Civil Rights Act as a moral thing. The United States has to honor that you have to at some point begin to honor your promise to the American people. If Black people are American people, then you have to honor us also. But I wouldn't want nobody to honor me and respect me, but also not pay me, or not make my schools equal, or make my living equal. When you do that, it's like, it's really just it's just a paper document almost. But no, A. Philip Randolph was that guy. He was the strategist, and he actually moved power. If you're gonna call something change, he was gonna check the books and make sure that it was changed on the books and that we felt it. It had to go that way, no other way.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I didn't, I didn't have very much. I just wanted to kind of just move around with that a little bit, see what we come up with. I don't know if DQ or Smalls wanted to add something to it, but yeah, definitely. That was a good conversation. I don't have that long. I'm already up past my bedtime.
Yeah, I know. You said you had to go anyway. I think a nice quick show. We was live 8 hours today. So
Yeah. Yeah,
it's not for lack of content. I don't know if Chef about to go live, but
no. I did. I burnt myself out from last night. Like I said, I ain't talking to these niggas no more. So, you know what I mean? I'd rather have these conversations. You know what I mean? I get more up for these type of conversations. Anyway, the show I did last night was more out of frustration. For these niggas being stupid, plus the Super Bowl being horrible. I was on one. You feel me?
I didn't even watch it, bro. I didn't even
watch the Super Bowl. Yeah, that shit. I ain't. You know what I mean? Some people was texting me talking about the Super Bowl. The halftime show was the top 3 best Super Bowl halftime shows of all time. I said, wow.
Somebody said that with a straight face.
Yo, one of my homies. Like I just was like, and
Bad Booney.
Yo.
Bad Booney.
I said,
you gotta say the name like that. Bad Booney. Bad Booney.
If it's good for, I look for I look for the choreography and the costume. I look for every aspect of a show. So I'll have to look at it to see. It wouldn't be whether I like Bad Bunny music or not.
That shit was a bunch of tranny. That shit looked like a bunch of tranny shit up there.
I was looking for
Is he that's what he is? He one of those?
Nah, no. He's not one of those. We can't paint that. It actually, like, overall, it was more symbolic than anything. It was definitely a great performance. It was nothing for us per se. I know Gullah gonna kill me for that, but it wasn't really for us per se. But it was a unifying message for the purpose of what he
was talking to his people.
And we can, like real talk. Yeah, just like Kendrick was talking to us with ours.
Yeah, Gullah gotta stop. Gullah gotta stop.
They not like us.
Gullah gotta stop with all that Mexican shit he be on. That shit be out of control.
Nah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
I avoid it. I actually avoided. Gullah was looking for me today.
Gullah was hunting Corey today. He wanted a piece of Corey today.
I was elusive on it.
Your ass, and you ran all day long.
Nah, Corey took the high road.
Ain't no fucking high road. That nigga picked his feet.
I was smooth. I was ducking around corners and shit. You know what I mean?
That nigga, you know what's funny?
I was driving a different car and shit. I was driving in my regular car.
Yeah, they had a duck off. He was in the duck off car today.
Hey, DQ, did you notice, like, later in conversations, just at the end of what Gullah would say, that man would still be like, because, I actually do bring things to the conversation. Right. I don't know what he's talking about. So he still was trying to get his shit off for Corey. He wanted to get to the middle of the road. And you took a show away from us. That would have been way more fun than what we was listening to in the first place.
What's the issue? What they Gullah do?
Gullah wanted to beat me up, man.
Gullah was hunting. I'm gonna go back and listen because I still don't know what you said, but you must have said something diabolical.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, what was the issue? Like, what was the?
It's just my opinion. So it's not necessarily true. It's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody like people just be mad. I can't. Ain't nothing I can do about being honest, man. I'm sorry, man.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Sometimes I say shit and then I be like, damn, I actually said that. You know what I mean? And, I didn't even realize I said it till like 5 seconds later. You know what I'm saying?
They always say, when you tell the truth, you ain't got to remember what you said because you remember how you feel.
Right. Ooh, I like that.
That's that old school. That's that old school. That ain't nothing but something an old person said.
Nigga said ain't nothing but an ultra
He
perm.
ain't create that because I heard
He said
that.
ain't nothing but an ultra perm.
And he can have his opinion. Everybody, the thing is, like, everybody got their opinion about me, and like they ain't ashamed to like tell me like, yo, this is what I think about you, Concrete. Like,
but when you
like,
tell them what you think about them,
yeah,
they go the other way.
It hurt more. It hurt more.
yeah.
Because again, Corey always tell you I'm just a concrete worker. Like
I'm just concrete worker.
So I mean nothing more, nothing less. Like so okay.
But it worked.
Nigga said when I order
ways, though, Chef. Because if a concrete worker destroy you in an Egyptian conversation, the shit fuck with your body. See how it's both ways, bro. It ain't y'all just treat it like, well, he was an expert at concrete. Well, how did he just keep your motherfucking that?
Yo, every time I go over there,
when I order concrete.
But look, every time I go over there, I always see Cedric post y'all actually talking to a barber. Like he said every time, like he can't understand why y'all would be actually talking anything of substance with a barber.
They hate your
You know what I mean?
occupation,
Like
Chef.
I know, I just be like, bro.
If anybody's occupation is hated in this community, it's a barber.
Nigga, you cut hair.
They don't
only
like
the bald
you talking
niggas.
shit.
It's only the bald niggas who hate shit.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bald niggas. Man.
Bald nigga, bald nigga, bald nigga, bald nigga.
Bald nigga.
This nigga's a barber, bro.
I ain't got a hair on my
like, damn, what's wrong with that? Is this something? Am I missing something? Is there something wrong with being a barber?
Nigga ain't got a hair on his motherfucking head.
That's my best friend, my barber. I love my barber.
Barber ain't shit. Nigga, you just cut hair.
I just happened to. Hey, that's a foot.
You know what's funny, Chef?
Nigga, like everybody was
Remember we talk about how important barbers are in the black community? The motherfucker want to go get a job interview. Motherfucker want to get his shit right with his girl. Motherfucker want to go vent and get some shit out, but don't want to be in the conscious community. They don't even talk about.
I do it for self-esteem, bro. I do it for self-esteem.
Mm-hmm. Somehow I ain't shit though. I ain't shit over here.
I told you, you got the most important shit ever.
Is right underneath, like the comfortable level you feel in church. Like, Mom, that Saturday morning barber conversation, bro. Them barber conversations are on Saturday morning. They go in and talk about sports and, bro, you can leave Earth. It don't even feel like the shit was on Earth. So come on, bro. Let's not do that.
Man, they fight.
Barbers did not become. You remember what barbers used to be when COVID happened? When niggas was running around this motherfucker looking like
nigga, we was the lifeline.
Barbers became Mansa Musa. Niggas became the priests of the Highlands.
Barbers was up there like Baptist preachers charging. Hey, I ain't got no time for you, but if you got about $1,000,
yo, niggas realized they was ugly without us. They was walking past the mirrors. Like, what the fuck? Like my girl is sleeping on the couch now. Like, she ain't even coming up. She ain't even coming in the bedroom no motherfucking more.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Nigga, his hairline damn near right above his eyebrow. This nigga looking crazy as hell. This nigga looking like
crazy.
Cro-Magnon man. His wife talking about, did your barber got COVID or something? Just, and then leave the room. Don't say no. Wait, you need a couple dollars to go to a barber or something?
And nigga said, you looking mad homo habiliganzas right now.
Yeah, you looking like you got a protruding mandibula. You and this bitch with Cro-Magnon features and a protruding.
I'm looking like Answer Man right now, man. I'm looking like Answer Man. I'm going tomorrow. I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. Listen, man. Listen. So it's
Corey, you got
it's crazy.
That same wife will walk up to you. You know you're not what I married, right?
Yeah.
You know this is not what I signed up for. Like, we'll tell you just straight up, I didn't sign up for this.
Yo, they did, man. They treat me like shit for being a bar. We don't know what these niggas do for a living. You feel me? I'm making an honest, decent living, yo.
The custodial art.
Yo,
the master of the custodial art. We know that.
Yo, be like, y'all talking to a barber. I be like, damn,
this ain't no barber shop. This ain't the damn barber
Like y'all niggas don't have good conversations in the barbershop? Like what in the fuck? Like nigga look
No,
like
they be trying to go in there and talk about the Levantine.
oh yeah, you ain't gonna get that shit off in the barbershop.
Yeah, you can't talk about that.
Get your dumb ass out.
When the barber scene getting out his car, they looking out that front window. They're like, hey, don't ask this nigga. Don't even say
boy, you want your appointment
don't
or
say
what?
nothing about Africa. Don't say shit about Africa. This nigga gonna flip the fuck
Like
out.
nigga, you owe everybody in here $20. And you up here telling us about the motherfucking Levantine. Shut your dumb ass up.
The conversation
Give me my
gonna
money,
flip
nigga.
Right.
This
In
nigga said,
real life,
every
you can't
single
flip
merchant
flam
in
that
this car,
11 bullshit.
running from niggas for $20, and you and this bitch talking about the Levantine.
Right, you ain't getting that shit off at no
$20.
black barbershop, man. But you know, I've noticed.
If you owe me money, and I hear the word confluence come out your mouth, nigga.
Yo, it's crazy. Some people in the barbershop would actually surprise you, right? So the barbershop is made up of people like us also. You know what I mean? Because some topics can come up. Sometimes I got my headphones on, right? And I got the Apple joint. So if I don't have it on the on one of the modes where it cancel everything out, you can hear my conversation, you feel me? So niggas be like, yo, take that off of what's the name, yo? Like, it be a street nigga who actually want to hear our conversations. So, I mean, and they be chiming in, but I be on mute. They be listening, they be chiming in, and you know what I mean? So, we ain't far off from the people, y'all, trust me. You know what I mean? Them niggas is, we not.
No,
you know
we
what I
are
mean?
the people.
We are the people,
Yeah,
right?
we are the people. That's the thing about it. Yeah, we understand the conversation. It's them niggas who think they're who I call them the pseudo educated group. They want to be part of the educated group so bad, so they try to shun us normal people. Like I hate that shit, bro. I'm like, bro, it's about
pseudo
adaptability to
intellectuals.
me.
That's a real term. Pseudo intellectual.
Like for real. I like a person who's adaptable. I can fly with the eagles and run with the turkeys. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. I don't like niggas who just want to look down on the motherfucker because they falling with style. You ain't flying, you just falling with style. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit.
Hey, that's why I asked Gullah earlier today when he was like, what'd he say? He said, y'all niggas is not scientists or some shit like that. I'm like, you really believe in the shit that you like you believe that shit? Like, so Reggie don't know science all of a sudden. You talking about the nigga with the computer science degree? He don't know none of this shit?
He not comprehending what you saying.
I don't know if we should go that far, bro. just on some argument shit. I don't think we need to go that far. It ain't like he understands it. Y'all just don't agree.
You just don't agree.
That's all it is. Y'all don't agree.
All right, peace, y'all. I'm out, man.
All right, Corey, in the morning.
I got my 10-4 hat on. I think MLK was a plant, man.
That's crazy. You got to take that back. Take that back. And then try to leave. How the fuck you gonna leave on that? How you gonna leave on that?
I'm gonna dig in and I'm gonna see if he in the Epstein files. I think he might be.
Hey Corey, I hope your next 60,000. I hope your next 60,000 order on concrete is fucked up.
I hope it's the wrong mix. I hope it's B14. I hope it's B20. What Cedric call? What Cedric call your shit? What Cedric call you? Hold on, Corey. What Cedric call your shit? The B14. I hope you get the.
Said it was B15.
Yeah, I hope your shit is B.
Talking about footer mix.
I hope that shit G19. I hope it's G19.
I still remember that stupid ass argument y'all had about that shit in Chef Discord. I still remember that.
That shit was angry.
Classic.
He argued about footer mix as I was pouring footer mix, bro. Like it was wild.
I remember. The nigga turned on the camera as he was pouring the shit he was talking
The
about.
nigga tried to stump you, yo. Like, and yet he thought he was gonna make you look crazy. Like, niggas don't actually believe a nigga doing what he fucking do. Like,
What he doing?
what is
Facts.
man, we disgusting as a people, man. I swear. That was
I
crazy,
told you, we
yo.
so busy trying to get away from the white man, we forget about us.
I told you now, when Chef explained it, this nigga Chef said, bro, I went to this Islamic restaurant so many times and I never realized that I was looking at a white man.
Shit is crazy.
Are you talking about
Farad
Muhammad?
All right, Corey, get on up out of here, Corey. We ain't gonna hold you hostage.
Yeah, get out of here, Corey.
My man Farad Muhammad. I remember when Chef came to that revelation. That nigga was pissed.
Man, that shit hurt.
Chef said press for
you could tell that shit hit him in a different way, bro.
Nigga, that's
that shit hit him.
Because I thought
that shit hit him.
I thought about Charles Murray, yo. I said, yo, white people been saying we was slow for years, yo. Like, I'm like, they might be on to something. Like, I couldn't. Oh my God, yo. Then when I seen the pictures of Farad in the police station, and they got him, and he's looking at the book, he telling the police basically what he was doing, and they basically was like, bro, just leave town, yo. Like, you're a white man, we ain't gonna lock you up, just leave town, yo, because, yeah, we understand you was getting money and playing with these niggas, you feel me? But get the fuck out of town. Like, so, I mean, that shit hurt, yo. That shit hurt.
That was I think, and I hate to say it, Garfield. That was one of some information Garfield brought to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was one of the Garfield had brought me some shit. I know we hate to say some shit, but information wise, he killed Farad Muhammad. He killed the what's that nigga Esteban Equiano, the Equiano.
Alano Equiano.
Yeah.
Alano
Equiano. He brought that shit up. He was killing shit.
He used that to go against the Hebrew Israelites. Because they was trying to use him as one of their ancestors, or one of his sayings that the black people where he was from resembled the Jews or some shit. The customs where he was from kind of resembled
the Jewish
the Jewish
customs.
Yeah, I mean, and Garfield went on a whole month of showing that Alano Equiano probably wasn't even born in Africa. Like, what the fuck, this nigga?
I think that's part of the problem with this community. Like, it's not enough they gotta destroy your heroes. They gotta completely remove them niggas out the frame.
Yeah.
Like, they be wanting you to change your whole fucking work. Like, you gotta go a lot. He could have been your uncle. But that they about to tell you that he wasn't shit and pull a source on it.
He was an eponymous ancestor. That's the word. He was an eponymous ancestor.
He was a polygamous child molester.
Eponymous
You gotta eat that. Yes. This kid,
is crazy.
No heroes, bro. No heroes.
None. That shit
Bro,
is
hey,
crazy.
Chef, you got a long day because I'm sure you got a bunch of people about to do 1,000 shows.
I ain't watching. I ain't watch Unk shit last night. I went in your chat and put the laugh out loud and turned that shit off and went back and watched Law and Order. Like, I ain't even like whatever you say. Like, see, when you get something off, you don't even gotta watch the response. You feel me? Like, it's like, what are you gonna say? Like, a Smalls there, they said something about I was drunk or something. Like, what the fuck? Like,
oh yeah, now you're a drunk. Oh
right.
yeah, you got to be a drunk.
Now I'm a drunk.
Wow, Chef a drunk now.
Right until you're not doing. I know I'm not doing a good enough job because I ain't been called drunk yet.
Yeah, so
I know, or on drugs or some shit. I know. I gotta step my shit up. I ain't been
once they throw out there that you drinking, they trying to chief X you. You feel me?
Yeah, then you could be. Then you cool. Now you too dangerous. You gotta You gotta get rid of you.
And they won't put you in the same light as Chief
That's
X.
what I'm saying though. To call you drunk though, you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He was saying, he just said at the beginning of the show, like it was Super Bowl. You must have been celebrating or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never heard that about.
Yeah, but them kind of jackets
like,
that's what I mean by them jackets. Now you see what I mean when you say about Fairmont. You gotta be careful than a motherfucker when you doing that. Because the same way you took it as somebody else, now he on some Chief X shit. You know, I'm not saying that's like Chief X be on some drunk shit. I don't know, but I'm saying now that's what you are. You know, you essentially a drunk.
Oh yeah. So somebody might not have taken it as a
no one should understand this more than you.
Yeah, they tried to put the jacket on you. You dig what I'm saying?
No one should understand this more than you.
Hey, Chef, I just dropped in the chat. My nigga, the universe is hilarious. Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder was on the same as Ja Rule, y'all.
Oh yeah, with Ja Rule.
Oh my!
They got that nigga kicked off the plane.
What?
They got that nigga Tony Yayo. They was in first class, and I don't know who the fuck. I know somebody got fired because he ended up literally. Yeah, he ended up literally. He turned around, and this nigga Tony Yayo was like, "Nigga, suck my dick." He was going crazy, bro. And they was like, but they was doing it on some sneaky shit. So like the airline stewardesses came and kicked Ja Rule off the flight. And Yayo and Murder, they was sitting in his chair talking about this was his chair, now it's my chair. They took his seat and everything.
Them grown men are a mess, yo. That is insane.
At some point, we gotta look at this G-Unit shit as lunacy, bro. This is lunacy that y'all still on this. It's lunacy.
That is insane. I think I seen that earlier. I ain't click on it.
I was in 6th grade. Bro, these niggas been beefing since I was in 6th grade, bro. I love this shit.
And Uncle Murder ain't got shit to do with it. Why is he even involved? They got nothing to do with this shit. Nothing.
Shit, money. My big homie,
yo,
50,
could you imagine being Ja Rule and turning over and seeing
Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder behind
you? That'd be like the mafia sitting behind you with in that movie where the guy was like, I don't want nobody sitting behind me. Don't sit behind me.
Yeah.
That's funny as fuck. All right, y'all, I'm about to shut it down. I'm tired. We kicked it. We kicked it long as a motherfucker today, yo. So I'm shutting it down.
Yeah, we did it.
You feel me? We out. This was a good one.
Put it down.
Peace, y'all.
Yeah.